January 11, 2012, I made a blog called Leaving Grind Time, where I basically stated I was leaving Grind Time, which was the world's largest rap battle league at the time. It's for multiple reasons, but one important thing I did say in that was that I was going to be starting a new battle league called EBA. It's now February 8th of 2014, and the number one question that I get online and in real life when I go to events is, where's EBA, when's it starting? And this is about EBA, and more than that, battle leagues in general, and is there even a point anymore? Usually I speak very vaguely. I think I consider myself a somewhat private person, and I don't like to give away too much because I don't want to speak something up and then it never happens. That's why I really don't like giving too many details. But I think this vlogging thing is very therapeutic for me, and I just feel like when you're dealing with anything where you're a person of note, or you have any type of fan base, or people, you know, watch your every word, or watch your every blog, watch your every tweet, then I feel like you have a responsibility to those people to communicate with them through all the ups and downs, and I think that's how you get fans, and that's how you get followers. I think people respect you for honesty, and they respect you when they know that you're a real person. And I think my biggest issue was I felt like I've been very genuine, but I always haven't opened up and told people what was on my mind and what I was going through, especially on the battlefront. So I believe battle rap does need change, and I think it starts with something like this. When I first left Grind Time, I believe I wanted to start a new battle league for really all the wrong reasons. I think my main reason was to prove that with the way Grind Time kind of fell apart, that I wasn't incompetent and it wasn't my fault. Everybody involved had to take some type of responsibility, and what happened in that situation, just for whatever reason, it didn't happen, and it's not popping like it used to anymore. But I really wanted to prove to people that, look, I can do this. Look, I was the mastermind behind a lot of Grind Time shit. And I think somewhere along my way, I started realizing, damn, you know what I mean, that's not why I want to do it. It's kind of like I wanted to sit back and wait for someone else to really make a big change, but I think a lot of these companies and a lot of these people are doing the same things over and over again. And even though I love battle rap, I love how it's came this far, I still think there needs to be some essential changes. And the biggest question I really ask myself is, am I the one to do it? When I was part of Grind Time, this dude reached out to me. This dude named Gray reached out to me, and he says, man, I want to talk business, boom, boom, boom. And there was just so many things going on, I really didn't get a chance to speak with him. And when I left Grind Time, one of the first things I did was call Gray. And after a while, Gray said, hey man, like, you know, we got this idea for the site called Rap Grid. And at first, I don't know if I was really sold on it or really understood what it was about. But as it came to develop, and people started to take different roles, and the site started coming together, like it's like a light bulb went off in everybody's head. So now what has been dope for me over these past few years is that I've had rapgrid.com, which we like to call the ESPN of battle rap. Rap Grid has really been my saving grace, and it's been a dope outlet for me to still be heard through battle rap without really getting out there and doing too much. So shout out to my whole Rap Grid team. So EBA stands for Elite Battling Association, and I named it that on purpose because I believe that, you know, when you think of like a major league of any sort, it's always a 3-letter acronym, like National Hockey League, National Basketball Association. I just want people to feel like, without even knowing what it was, that it would be, you know, like that professional league. And true to the name, I knew everything we had to be done was elite. So I came up with this format, and the format was that you have 5 battles. no more than 5 battles at any event. And the reason I think that is, I think way too many of these leagues just have 99 million trillion battles, and the interest kind of gets lost somewhere in that. I believe that when you're marketing a product, less can be more, and I really wanted that to show. Now, these 5 battles that I thought you should have were a main event, a legends battle where you bring back 2 battle rap legends, a female battle, a prospect battle where you take 2 newer MCs and you shine light on them on a dope card, and a creative battle, which could be a 2-on-2, male versus girl, like with Don't Flop. Don't Flop is good when they do like the costume battles and stuff like that, bad bars battles and stuff like that, just something creative. I had this idea that I felt like battle rappers should be sponsored similar to the same way skateboarders get sponsored, or any like extreme type of athlete, where you know you enter a competition and you know there's a prize for that, first, second, third place, whatever have you. But what really intrigued me was the fact that their sponsor takes care of them. If you look at someone like Paul Rodriguez, Nike SB, they fly him out, they put him up somewhere, they pay for all his gear, and he gets paid a salary from them on top of entering competitions. And I thought that was really an interesting idea, and I thought, why can't we go to a clothing company or maybe even a record label and we say, hey, I don't know, LRG, we got this battle rapper named Hollow the Don. He's gonna do 6 battles this year. He averages 2 million views per battle, and what we want you guys to do is enter a contract where Hollow would represent your brand. He would be required to say LRG X amount of times. He would be required to wear LRG clothes. You guys would pay him for this, etc., etc. And I thought something like that could be the evolution of battle rap. I feel like the way business works now is, especially at record labels, it's not really about creative ideas and talent as much as what can sell. Now you have a lot of these A&Rs or business people behind the scenes of record labels basically scared to do anything creative or invest any type of creative time in any given artist or situation, because if that thing fails, they're gonna lose their job. Now I knew that going into this, and it just made it very difficult for me to kind of like work with people in the industry in a creative capacity, because they really didn't always share the same vision I had. And it was frustrating to me because I know that I'm Drect and I can't put out a subpar product because people are gonna look at me and say, oh, you failed, that shit sucked, that shit wasn't as hot as Grind Time. But I do feel like you have to take a chance sometimes. You always have doubters, you're always gonna have haters that are gonna look at you and say, you can't do that because of X, Y, and Z. But anybody who's ever been successful at anything in life uses that as motivation, as fuel for the fire. And I think I got to a point where I kind of, not that I listened to it extra heavy, but people were doubting me, so I started doubting myself. And this whole EBA thing kind of got lost in the shuffle. More leagues were coming out, but something that was really hard for me was that battle rap started getting very, very popular. And I would turn around and think to myself, like, damn, like me and my team, the people I came up with, we're responsible for a lot of battle rap shit that you know today. And as new fans come in, they might not necessarily know someone like me, the Cap Catalyst, Lush One, Mad Ills, whoever, or even some of the earlier MCs. And I think that really bothered me. Legends get lost when homage isn't paid. And I don't feel like I'm not an egotistical person, and I don't feel like I'm owed anything. But it just bothered me that people didn't know. If I have a legacy, if I ever had a legacy and I don't want it to be lost and I want people to remember me, I constantly have to do things for people to remember me. I think a lot of times people feel like things are owed to them, and like, if you're dope, I gotta go around telling everybody that you're dope just because I know you, when in all honesty it doesn't really work like that. People will talk you up when they feel like it's necessary, and my name don't get brought up if someone doesn't deem it's necessary. I can't be mad if this person, and if Smack does a battle and doesn't shout me out. He ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't got nothing to do with him. We're both just people who did battle rap. So anyway, the format changed a bunch of time, but I kept changing my idea for a card. And at one point, what I wanted to be was main event Marv 1 versus Head Ice, female battle Miss Hustle versus Gaddis. You have like a prospect up and coming battle, which was whoever was hot at that time. I wanted to bring, for like a legend type of thing, I wanted to bring back Daylight. I mean, my bad, I wanted to bring back Rain Man and have him battle Daylight. And I think that was, oh, and then I wanted to do, Young Miles reached out to me, or Midwest Miles reached out to me. And we had worked out like trying to do a battle with him and Bones Brigante, because he just really wanted to be there when Marv battled Head Ice, because it was a, you know, it's a big thing for him to hold down his dude. Now I go along, I start planning, and at one point in time I was in talks with karmaloop.com about collaborating. I talked to a couple sponsors, investors and stuff like that. I said, if I do this battle and it goes down, people are gonna sit there, they're gonna watch the battles, it could be dope. If it's dope, oh, Direct's back, dope, dope, dope. If it's not dope, this was a fail. And then 3 months later, they're gonna be waiting to watch the next battle. So I started thinking to myself, how do you implement something that can really change the game? And I came up with this promotional plan for EBA called Game Changers, where it would be about, we would have to do different things in order to really succeed, because when Grind Time was around, there wasn't really too much competition. And then at one point it was like Grind Time King, Smack. Now there's 89,000 leagues, and there's all these small opportunities getting big name battlers that, you know, the big name companies have to kind of fuss and fight with over some of these matches sometimes. And it does have to be about the matches, definitely when you first start, but it has to be more about the experience and more about the company, and you have to kind of almost create like a lifestyle brand that people want to invest into. When I say invest, not necessarily money, but also their time watching it. So that's kind of what I became more interested in. Some things fell through, and the battle event wasn't able to go down in the capacity that I wanted to go down in. So with my creative mind rolling, I started thinking, okay, a lot of these companies overpay battlers. So when somebody goes on Smack, for instance, and say, I got paid 28,000 and da 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 da, whether or not they got paid 28,000, the fucking bat signal goes in the sky to the rest of the battle community, and they say, wow, he gets paid 8,000? I'm battling for free. I want 2,000. And then the league that can afford as much as Smack or King of the Dot or whoever else says, well, we don't have that type of money. So then you have these different issues. People hop from league to league. Then you have leagues coming in with people with money behind it that's paying battle rappers more than they usually get paid, and it's kind of fucking up the battle rap ecosystem. And this is something that a lot of us talk about behind the scenes all the time. I can't be mad at a battle rapper for wanting a certain amount of money. Get your money by all means, but we have to work with open-minded guys and come up with a system for people to get paid what they're worth. And I said, well, how do you prove to somebody that you get paid what you're worth? So I called Marv, and I called Head Ice, and I say, now listen, I got this site called Rap Grid, and we do battle pay-per-views, and we'd like to implement a system where, you know, when we could do a battle for EBA, let's say y'all the main event, and you would get paid something up front potentially, and you would get paid something on the back end based on what your viewership was, either like on a live pay-per-view or like a on-demand type system. So that way you're directly putting MCs, you're directly making MCs responsible for you know, their viewership. So it's like, you can't demand $10,000 for a battle if you're not gonna make a company that back. And that's kind of what I was thinking. As time went on, I started saying to myself, damn, if something like this doesn't work and these guys are horribly underpaid, I'm gonna be looking like an asshole. And it really didn't sit well with me. And we really didn't go through with it because I wasn't sure if it could work. Now when I think about it, I'm like, when in any business you have to take a chance. You have to jump out there and take a chance. So from one point of view, I'm like, damn, I don't want to do something and jump out there, do something and ruin my name if it doesn't work. But on the other end, it's like, how long is my name gonna last? How long am I even gonna have a name if I don't do something? So that's kind of a constant struggle I was having with. And shout out to Marv and shout out to Head Ice. I wish we could have made it happen. The time goes on, people come to me with money and they say, look, I want to get into battle rap, can you do this? And I was really struggling with, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to just do a dope event and it's a dope event. You know what I mean? I don't want to do 3, 4, 5 dope battles and call it EBA and it's just dope. Because I looking into the future, like, what does that mean? Like, you give me $10,000, I do an event, and oh, it was dope, cool, now what? Well, battle rap isn't super profitable right now. I mean, if you're gonna make a lot of money, you probably have to do something like what UW did with Hollow and Lux and pay them whatever and hope that those pay-per-view sales come in high, or get some type of network deal for the footage or something like that. But besides that, it's like you throw a dope battle, a couple months go by and people say, wow, that was dope, now what? Give us more, give us more. And you got 99 leagues coming out with Disaster and Loaded Lux and this person and that one every month, so it's hard to keep up, and I didn't really want to play that game. So I feel like when you take an investment, you take someone's money, and it's called an investment because they're supposed to get a return. And the biggest problem that I think I struggle with is, unless it's a grant or it's like a gift, like, how do you take a mass amount of money from somebody and promise them a return off of battle rap? I think you have to bring sport and competition back into battle rap. Like, I watch battles because I know people look to me for information and like an opinion on battle rap, like an educated opinion. I understand that, but to be honest, I don't even like watching a lot of these, and I can't even sit through a lot of these videos because I feel like it's no competition. When I look at professional sports, I look at the NBA, the thing that's ill about watching LeBron and Kobe and all these people play is that there's a storyline behind it, because they win sometimes, they lose sometimes, they come back from adversity, they get injured, they play when they're sick, and they do all this. And I'm like, battle rap, if you're gonna make battle rap marketable and you want to sell it to the masses, there has to be an ill storyline behind it. And that's why you can't just do battles for no reason, and I refuse to really do that. Sometimes I'm so excited to be a part of battle rap and so excited to have a voice in it, is that, you know, I tell certain people certain ideas because I'm just happy for the sport. I want them to implement it, and I want the fans to benefit from it, and I want the MCs to benefit from it. But I realize that, you know, you have a lot of snake people, a lot of crazy personalities and stuff like that, and people will say, will take your shit and try to make profit off of it. What do you consider giving back? Even if it's just knowledge, what do you consider giving back to a community? And what do you really consider, I need to be paid for this, I'm helping you provide a service, I need to be paid for this? Because, prime example, there's a lot of new leagues popping up and a lot of people that say, hey, Drect, can you help us? Can you help us? Can you consult with us for an event? We need to make it pop. What kind of creative ideas should we put into the event? And it's like, even though I'm not very visible to the fans because I'm not on camera all the time in the middle of every single battle, it's like a lot of these people constantly reach out to me for advice and help. And, you know, I give it to them. Some of it's taken, some of it's not, and I'm just happy to help. But then you got these people that will really try to ask you for all your information and really take advantage of the fact and try to flip it around and make it like they do something. And I think that's another motivation for me wanting to do a league, is because that it just can't happen. It's whack. And, you know, like, somebody will take your shit and not even shout you out. Shout out to Toe Self though. What I did was, a company reached out to me and they had expressed that they wanted to see that they might want to invest some money in a battle rap. So what we did was, before I moved from Houston, we threw a little battle. I got local MCs from Texas, shout out to them. They have the Southern battle rap movement going on. Follow the hashtag on Twitter and all that. And I flew out my man Sid Vicious. He battled this cat named Gutter. And we had a couple other battles that were good. And Tammy Roman, salute, from Basketball Wise came through and added kind of like that little dynamic. We did it in an artsy place. And you know, that was gonna be promo footage, and then going into EBA, we were gonna put that footage out first. Shout out to my man Chris L. He did an amazing job filming it. I have this footage right now, and I didn't want to put it out until I had another EBA event announced. So it's not like, wow, you did this event in Texas, and we don't necessarily know these MCs, and this is what you've been making us wait for. But we might toss the footage out anyway. But I mean, my main thing is that, like, you know, we did it for promo, and we did it because it was supposed to be the starting point. It was supposed to show this company, you know, like how a battle rap is run and stuff like that. But I'm sitting on this footage, and some of these guys have really dope performances, so I'm probably gonna release that out soon. This blog was mainly a reflection on the surface level of what I think of battle rap, what's going on with EBA. This is what I want you guys to do. Comment below this video or wherever you're watching this, and tell me if you think there's room for another rap battle league, if it's different, if it's gonna be judged, if MCs are gonna get paid in different ways. You find different ways to maybe film it and make a story. Tell me if you guys would like to see something like that. There's a lot of dope MCs out there that are kind of stranded. They're in limbo. They can't get on certain leagues, and they look to me that I'm constantly in contact with these guys. And even people I manage, like Gaddis and stuff like that, they come to me and they say, look, man, I don't want to battle on X, Y, and Z. Like, I miss grind time. When are we gonna have another league that allows us to do X, Y, and Z? Because I feel like this still is, like, when Grind Time left, there was a big gap in the battle game altogether, and I still think it's there. Like, it was a place where you could have Passwords versus Hollow and Dirtbag Dan versus Jack Shit on the same card. It's like, you can't, it's so hard to do something like that right now in the States, you know? There's an open market, man, but I don't want to do nothing that's not original, creative, and innovative. So what I want to do is I want to build with the fans of battle rap. Whether I make a league or I don't make a league, I'm in everybody's ear, and everybody constantly asks me what to do. So I want to know what you guys think should be implemented in the battle rap. I want to know if you think there should be another league, and I want to know what different ways you guys think battle rap can still be built. I want to get down to the nitty-gritty. I want you guys to be super detailed and tell me all the ground level things that you believe need to happen in order for this to go somewhere else, and I'll do my best to make it happen. As always, it's a pleasure blogging for y'all. Like I said, I made a promise that I will blog a lot more, and I'll be a lot more active in the battle scene this year, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Shout out to everybody that supports me, that supports battle rap, and yeah, let's get it going. 2K14, signing out.